In a quiet Colorado suburb, one woman opened her garage and found a stranger's Porsche charging inside. No warning, no permission, just entitlement parked on private property. What followed wasn't just a neighborhood dispute. It was a battle over boundaries, power, and the right to say no. This is the story of how one homeowner turned quiet resistance into a public reckoning. It began with something so absurd. I stood in my driveway blinking like I was dreaming. A white Porsche, parked neatly inside my garage, engine still warm, charging quietly from my outlet like it belonged there. Only it didn't. I had never seen it before, never met the owner, and I certainly hadn't given anyone permission to use my home as a charging station. My name is Lisa Harper. I live in a modest house in a quiet Colorado suburb just outside the lines of a powerful, overreaching HOA called Whisper Creek. I bought this property years before the HOA even existed. My deed, the county, and my lawyer all confirmed I was not under their control. But Karen disagreed. Karen Wexler. The name that made new homeowners flinch. She ran the HOA like a private empire. All clipboards and coded language. She didn't need legal ground, just boldness and a printer. Her flyers flooded mailboxes. Her rules expanded like unchecked mold. When I found the Porsche in my garage, I thought it was a mistake. But Karen showed up minutes later, sunglasses on, tone sweet as syrup. "Oh, Lisa, thank you for participating in the new shared parking policy. We're piloting it for upcoming HOA events. So generous of you. I never agreed to this," I said. She smiled wider. "Oh, it's in the updated guidelines. You should have received the memo." There had been no memo, no vote, no notice. But when I called the police, they said what I feared most: civil matter. Nothing criminal unless I wanted to file a long court complaint. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because of the car, but because of the violation. The assumption that I'd stay quiet. The quiet theft of space, power, and autonomy. Days later, signs appeared: HOA garden party, parking Lisa's driveway with arrows pointing to my house. Karen was now using my property as valet overflow. Strangers parked in front of my home, stepping on my grass, plugging phones into my porch outlets like it was a hotel lobby. I didn't argue. I prepared. I installed cameras, reinforced my garage door with a smart locking system, and added something special: an indoor sprinkler rig triggered by motion after hours. Just enough to send a message. The night of the garden party, they came. Flowery dresses, charcuterie trays, wine glasses held high. When guests opened my garage, they were met with a cold, powerful blast of water. Screams echoed. Karen herself emerged soaking wet, holding a ruined cheese board like a shield. She accused me of sabotage. I posted the footage online. It went viral. Not just the party disaster, but the smug way Karen declared her new authority, and the guests who walked in like they were royalty. Comments flooded in, people sharing stories of similar HOA overreach, violations hidden in fake rules, and community control used as a weapon. Karen doubled down, printed flyers claiming an emergency amendment had extended Whisper Creek's jurisdiction. But I was ready. A licensed surveyor confirmed what I already knew. My property not only stood outside the HOA's boundary, but included land Karen had falsely labeled community green space. I took the results to the HOA board's emergency meeting, where I also brought a real estate attorney and 2 reporters from the local news. The board folded fast. The truth was undeniable. Karen's amendments were illegal, her signs unauthorized, her actions a legal liability. They issued a formal apology and removed her from the board with a unanimous vote. Karen knocked on my door one last time. No clipboard, no sunglasses, just fury in her eyes. "This won't be the last of it," she hissed. I didn't respond, I just closed the door. Weeks later, peace returned. My garage is empty again. My outlet's mine. my driveway untrampled. But something else lingers, something deeper. The neighbors who once smiled politely now stop and talk. One brought fresh bread. Another offered to mow the lawn. They saw what happened and realized it wasn't about a garage. It was about control and what happens when we stop standing up to it. Karen wanted obedience. She got resistance. And I got my house back. Not through shouting, not through chaos, but through clarity, truth, and a lock that bites back.